pictures of every single little item because some of those items were boxed out.
Again, it's her testimony, so I didn't quite understand what she meant by that. Go ahead with your next question.
Okay, thank you. Is that correct, Ms. Hanson, that you didn't take a picture of every single little item and every utensil that you put into the storage unit?
Correct.
Okay. And all of the stuff, if you refer to the general judgment of dissolution with the 3 exhibits, have you gone through each and every item on those property lists?
Yes.
And every item that's marked with a yes, did you return it?
Yes.
And did you make your best efforts to return things if you had them with the stuff that's marked with a question mark?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd like to offer Exhibits 101 and 102 into evidence.
Sir, do you have any objection if I receive those exhibits? If they're what's in the court's file, I can take judicial notice of the court's file. It's the list of properties?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The list of properties, judicial notice of that.
Yeah, as long as it's the same.
Okay, so then we'll offer Exhibit 102, the photographs that she took.
Sir, do you have any objection to 102 being received?
I don't receive 102.
Do you have a copy?
It's the photographs you've got in your hand.
That's 102?
Yeah.
Do you have any objection to 102? That's just means that I get to consider it, sir. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's
then no objections, but yeah, I have lots of questions.
Okay, 102 is received.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Sneller had mentioned that there
Counsel, I'm sorry, you can move very quickly because we're almost at an hour now.
I'm going to go really quick.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
Mr. Sneller said that there were extra items that weren't on the list. Did you put extra items into the storage unit?
I didn't.
Okay. Did you make your best efforts to comply with the judge's order to return his personal property?
Absolutely.
Did you attempt to return his personal property in January of 2014?
Yes.
And why did you not?
Because I had a U-Haul there. It was full of boxes. I had movers that I hired, and all of a sudden I got a stalking order served to me at my house, so I could not give them personally to him. Or have the movers give them to him.
And before you put all the property into this U-Haul and then into the storage unit, did you go through your house and make sure that you had everything of his that was his on that property list to put into the storage unit?
Yes.
Okay. And after he filed this motion, did you go through the house again to see if you found anything?
Yes.
And did you find anything?
I found 2 things. I found a yearbook that was buried deep in a basket of Christmas stuff I was getting ready to throw away that I've had forever. And so I have the yearbook with me. And I found a clock that may be his, may not. I have a picture of it, and if it is his or he wants it, I'll have it delivered.
If there was any doubt to any property on whether it was his or not, did you give it to him?
Yes.
Okay. And prior to the divorce trial, did Mr. Sneller have access to your house from December 2012 up until the restraining order was granted November 2013?
Yes.
And was he able to take any property he wanted?
Yes, he would come in and out of the house as he pleased. One day I came home sick from work, and he was sitting there sleeping in the recliner. Obviously, he took the title to the vehicle that was awarded to me because he has it in his hand. And I'd see empty holes, but at the same time I was very ill, and I don't know what was there at the time, and it was so long ago what he did take. But he had taken, most of his clothes had been moved to his mother's.
Did you ever try to stop him from taking any of his property?
No.
Objection, I guess.
Sir, I'm just going to ask him to move quickly through this, and then you'll, again, we're an hour into a half an hour hearing, so we have to move quickly. The parties are assembled. Well, the parties are assembled outside. You should have asked for more time.
After Mr. Sneller picked up his property in March 2015, did you ever go back to the storage unit?
Yes, I had to go back. There was a lot of property left in there. I had to clean it out and remove it, and then I had to repair some damage that was done to the ceiling.
Okay. And did you personally pack all of his items that you put into the storage unit?
I personally packed most of all the inside house items because as I came across any of it that was on the list or thought he would want, I put in the boxes. And outside, I supervised it, but I was there the whole time.
Did you ever give him a key and a code to the storage unit after you put the stuff in it?
Actually, I did the key. I left it so they could do the transition with the lady that actually worked at the storage unit.
There were some files that were on the computer that were ordered to be returned. Did you return those to Mr. Schneller?
Yes, I put them on a jump drive and put them in a special envelope and marked it.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Sir, go ahead.
Oh,
Very quickly.
You agreed to give me movies and my property, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I have to bring up this movie thing. You returned Silver Lining.
Sir, you got 10 minutes total. Make good use of your time.
The box of movies that
Let him ask the question.
Silver Linings. When was that released?
I don't know, but you wanted a movie collection and I gave it to you.
Well, unfortunately, the only movie that you provided in your pictures and in the storage locker was a movie that was released after I had a restraining order.
Okay.
So why would you put this junk in a storage locker?
Because I was unable to deliver it to you. And I thought it
So
would
you
save
wanted
us.
the junk to be delivered to my mom and dad's house?
I returned what was requested for me to return.
And is this the gentleman that threatened my dad?
He never threatened your dad. That's hearsay. We're dealing with the property list. Can we please stick to it? We're out of time.
Ma'am, just a second. The court will direct
I'm sorry.
the
Okay.
testimony.
That's,
Sir, your,
I totally object to what.
your next question, sir.
Did you put all my clothes?
Sir, go ahead and step back to the table by the microphone, please.
And you had said that I had stolen, and I mean, I don't know if we can recall that, the title to the yellow Jeep.
Sir, we're talking about the property that wasn't
I'm
returned
talking
to
about
you.
the property.
That wasn't returned to you.
Okay.
When that clock hits a 5, we're done.
When you place these items in the storage unit, who's gonna approach?
As long as you have a picture to show her.
Yeah. What is that?
That's the bottom half of the love seat recliner that my parents had given us because you really wanted it for your ankle. And it was actually on the U2CR that I would give that to you, and I did. But you did leave it in storage.
Why not give me my furniture? Why would you
You
just
didn't have
give me
any-
your...
Please step back to the table. Yeah.
You didn't have any furniture. But I did give you a dresser. I gave you a TV stand, different things.
Your next question, sir.
Well, I mean, I don't recognize any of this stuff. This is just junk. I don't even know what to say. I guess I'm done with her. I just want what is mine, and I want my money, and I want my pictures, I want my parents' property. Just give it back. Why won't you give it back? You can keep all this stuff.
Objection, Your Honor.
That's all yours.
Does that conclude your questioning, sir?
That does.
Okay, counsel.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Ma'am, go ahead and step down. All right, sir, do you wish to make any kind of final closing argument?
I guess the exhibits that Mr. Mathers has presented is really evidence of my claim. It was a storage locker full of junk. I brought some of it in with me today. There are movies that, instead of my movie collection, my gaming systems, my TV, I get one movie that was released after there was a restraining order. Computer discs in his own evidence of Kelley
Can I see the
Kendall's
exhibit?
property that belongs actually to Toyota Benz.
These are all 102 collectively, is that right?
Yeah, and
Yes, Your Honor.
I think Toyota would have a real problem with some of the discs that were left in that locker. There wasn't anything of mine. It's all junk from her father, just like her testimony said that it was her dad's. Jerry Papke, Kelly Hansen, Paul Heatherman dumped junk in a locker and then charged me for it.
Does that conclude your argument, sir?
That concludes.
Okay, go ahead, counsel.
Your Honor, we'd ask that the court dismiss the motion for contempt.
I wouldn't dismiss it. I'm making a ruling whether or not it's, well-founded or not. Yeah. Go ahead. Whether he's